Hello everyone. How are we doing tonight? Sorry about yesterday. You know, Icelander LL'd and I was like, oh my gosh. And I freaked out a tiny little bit and just wasn't really feeling it in terms of like playing Maxx. But we recentered, went through a lot of like deep soul searching, ready to play some other decks, ready to really dig into some metagames that don't involve ice, which is going to be really weird going forward, and just ready to play some good fab. So I've got something very special tonight. You know, I was scrubbing through, hey, hello Rocky in the chat. I was scrubbing through like world stack lists, looking at, you know, what was surprising, what was weird, what was funky, what stood out to me. And I saw a couple of like really high tier players like Chris Iali and Matt Rogers and such on Maxx the Hype Nitro at Worlds. Pour one out for Icelander and Frostbites, you know it, Matt. This is not alcohol, but I'll still drink in their honor. And, you know, I'm a big fan of Chris Iali's, you know, both the Worlds finalist last year, and also what I know him very personally, or specifically as, is the guy that was playing Fuseless Lexi before it was cool. And so anytime that guy shows up with a deck list that's like very consistent and has a very focused game plan, I want to be paying attention. And I saw that he posted his Maxx list on Twitter, so I took a look at it, and I thought it was really neat. I changed a handful of cards just so that things like made sense to me and I could talk a little bit more confidently about the deck and like why specific cards are in here. And let me be clear, I am not an expert on this deck in any means, but I figured it'd be fun and a very different change of pace. I think this hero speaks to me a lot because like it's very consistent. All the cards do the same thing. They all say boost and are relatively on rate. And then you have this really neat kind of like combo endgame where you construct Nitro Mechanoid, so you turn 3 hyperdrivers and all your equipment into this giant mecha, literally, that has temper 5 and attacks with a bunch of overpower. And then on top of that, you have, because this is not a once per turn action, it's just an action, you have it combo with things like Twin Drive and High Octane to generate a bunch of action points in one turn and overwhelm your opponent with like, you know, 25, 30, 35, 40 overpower damage in a single turn. Kind of reminds me of those like big Ice Eternal kills I love in Icelander that you never really got to do anymore. So I want to see if we can pull off something like this with this Maxx list. After I've been going for a few minutes now, how am I doing, chat, in terms of audio level? Everything sound good? Can you hear me? Did I remember to unmute? Hello? Sounds good? Perfect. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a ton to explain in this list. Like, literally all the cards do the same thing. They say boost, so that your hands just really consistently can turn on Max's ability to crank. We'll be crank and banking in the aggro races where people don't like to block Banksy. And we'll have Teklo-Plasma Pistol against the blockout decks, which kind of like gives you mini combos with High Octane in turns where you don't have your Mechanoid. And other than that, we just really want to... Can hear you if it sounds like a small fan in the background. That fan would be my laptop, Martin. I can't do much about it because it is what's powering the stream right now. So that one we'll have to live with. Let's just get right into games though. Welcome, Scott. So yeah, like I mentioned, Banksy is for people that don't want to block it. And Plasma Pistol is for people that do want to block it, basically. And we're going to be put right into the furnace right at the start. Laptop working overtime, yeah. I'm well, Strat. I hope you are too. Thank you. I think there's a world where both you play just a lean 60 and also you play the whole stack. Right now, I'm leaning towards the whole stack. I built the 71 so that the ratios were like okay resource wise. I realize this will dilute how fast we find construct nitromechanoid, but it also decreases the probability that we boost specifically nitromechanoid when we're boosting. It also gives us a little bit more insulation to like not deck ourselves after boosting. So I'm going to do 71. That might be incorrect. I'm not going to play adaptive plating because we really like specifically want to be assembling the mechanoid. Almost played Maxx at Worlds. Nice, Strat. I did not realize that. I would love to submit my adaptive plating, please, Talishar. Come on, don't bug out on me. No. Okay. I had this issue happen earlier. I believe this is an adaptive plating issue. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm in a technical difficulty because this is a non-existent game at this point. I'll be right back with this fixed. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, Talishar is really, really broken. This is a disaster. It might be emergency backup account time. If I do this, what happens? Hey, okay. All right, we got there. We're back. Yeah, giant F in the chat for that. Oh, I'm not logged in. Okay, hold on one more second. Okay, we got there. Not quite Starva broken, but still pretty broken. Yeah, I mean, there definitely was some Gilligan involved there. I'm not sure that there was Dominate, though. Okay, I put the adaptive plating in the maybe board. We just won't play with adaptive plating tonight. So just everything you see me do with this deck, imagine if it was even better. Okay, so that's the baseline that we're playing with. Dio versus Arafel. Okay. I mean, I want to go second. I want to set the tempo. Question mark. This is a matchup I would love to have that adaptive plating in my ledge slot, but we don't. That's fine. Dio definitely. Good luck. Have fun. Dio definitely does not love blocking, so I'm gonna throw Banksy. And this is a matchup where I am not afraid at all of being decked, so I'm gonna cut Payload is anti-dominate tech. Blueprints make everything better. Yeah, well, you would think that. I'm gonna leave both Hoons in because there's a lot of 4-power breakpoints. I'm gonna cut some blues. Let's see what else. Big Bertha is like mostly a popper. Hello, underscore. It is mostly a popper for Jeremiah, and then it also happens to be a boost card. I don't love playing it if I don't have to. And then it's like Twin Drive, we probably don't need to swing a billion times versus Dio. So deck looks something like this when we're at 60 cards. Don't need plating for this matchup? I hope not. Alright, well we have the Mechanoid in the opening hand. That's a good sign. Recharge is always very awkward when we don't have anything to do yet. Or don't have any... Hyperdriver's out. Protocol Grenade pass. Yeah, that's fine. I am tempted to like this matchup quite a lot, as Max played in or no. Yeah. I'm tempted to arsenal this recharge and pitch the Construct Nitro Mechanoid. No matter what, this turn starts with boosting a T-Bone, so that's what we're gonna do. We also can just pitch this to Max, pitch this to Banksy, arsenal constructs. I think that's fine. Like, it's not in our ideal turn one, but it lets us, like, I came here to build Mecha. So I want to arsenal it when I have the chance. Pitching Mechanoid is illegal? Noted. I will not do that. It's not, I'll just ignore this yellow pitch. This is clearly a no pitch card. Okay. Hand's not bad, but it's not good. Yeah, they're just trying to chew at my Galvanic Bender here. Actually, maybe they get the full equip because they do have a Boom Grenade out. We're not going to be able to full block this turn anyways. What does our turn look like? Pitch to play Jumpstart, have 1 resource left. We can turn into 2. Crank and Bank, we'll need a 3rd card, so we're only blocking with 1 card this hand. It's a shame that we don't have a spare blue here. Yeah, if we're only blocking with 1 card this hand, the grenade's going to connect anyways, and so I don't really want to toss extra... equipment when I don't have to. Alright, red grenade off the top. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. If Dio has it, they have it. Banish 2 red booms in a row. Yeah, boom for sure. But, you know, they're just going to be vanilla damage at this point, now that they've played an item off the top. Gross. Okay. Well, I messed up. The good news is we get to make a driver still this turn no matter what. We just don't get to also swing Banksy afterwards. That is the correct choice. Then just a symbiosis shot. Yeah, I'll take 2. So we can go 5 into driver. I'm playing 9 crankshaft, so I'm ready to start hitting my free steam counters, please. This one we do not need to crank because we have no follow-up. Sounds pretty good. If we hit a crankshaft or Big Bertha, this can be a mechanoid next turn. If we want to keep up with a core on the top, we will need a mechanoid next turn. Oh, Dio pitch to red. That's good for us. So they've already played their item this turn, and they have no resources in hand, so I think this turn's like at max another 0 to 60. Yeah, it's just past to end. Alright, so we've got the breathing room. We have a little bit less than 1 in 4 chance to hit the free roll steam counter here. I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This only costs 4, so we are free to throw the jump start here. Never lucky. That's fine. We still have an incredible turn of jump start, T-bone, zipper hit, crank and bank. And with these 3 boosts, we have a relatively high chance of finding one of our free steam counters. The issue is this dash is about to have a pretty scary 5-card hand Teklo core turn. Oof. All right. There's all 3 constructs. Even if we don't find the free steam, yeah, I mean, I'm scared. 17, we still have 3 armor block. This one seems like actually a good use to give the HyperX 3. Achilles. Okay. This is just playing around the grenade on top. And we had to block with equipment anyways. Ah, Tome. Tome no life gain? I like that part. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Twin drive as well, so we're gonna see at least 6, probably 8 damage from this symbiosis shot this turn. Opponent also not that comfy on Dio apparently. Yeah, I think we're both figuring out what we're doing here. They haven't played off the top yet. I will show 2 and give none. If they have the boom, they have the boom. They don't. Gauntlet heist. Maxx V. Ugh. With 2 action points left. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. We have to block so much. So much. Okay, so we have 2 drivers. This is just not happening this game. Should have arsenaled the recharge. But that's confirmation bias. This puts us to 2. We're just... It's not good. So we just don't get to hold anything, right? Yeah, 9 puts us to 2. The first pistol shot we block here. The second pistol shot we have to block from hand. So we might as well just get the full value out of our hand here. Just Dio things. That was like not off of a... It wasn't even off of a backup protocol, they just had it. It's scary stuff. They also are going into next turn with the Teklo core, 4 cards uninterrupted. Pass back. Our hand is quite mediocre. There's all the cards I want to be banished. Yeah, we would have hit Mechanoid last turn if I had been able to hold hand. Alright, all item hand. All item hand? That is not an all item hand. And they have a red boom. Yeah, I was undisciplined last turn. I blocked with Teklo Foundry Heart and vanilla damage, and that was a mistake. I should not have done that. It was just like almost objectively incorrect. Getting back a zipper hit, okay. My turn was so good, if my opponent didn't kill me. The forever flesh and blood motto. If you didn't have that CNC, is the #1 thing said at tables after a game. Were we wrong to arsenal this? Was this supposed to just be that recharge? This just doesn't feel like a matchup where we have breathing room to actually get this out. Because if I don't block this, I die. If I do block this, I have no turn. If only I hadn't drawn the card I chose to play. Alright, Strop. Well, when you put it like that... It's lethal. Yeah, I'm feeling that, Alex. All right, baby steps. Like I said, I have like 4 games on this deck ever. I'm very much in learning mode right now, and that's kind of what I came with the intention of doing here today. Right, is like learning along with y'all, as opposed to the normal where it's like, here, this deck that I know how to play. I'm gonna show you how to play it. If you can Mechanoid, you have multiple copies. You'll find it eventually. That makes sense. I just think giant robots are really cool, and I want to make giant robots, but I think that makes a lot of sense. GG, Arafel. What do y'all... I guess I haven't really asked before, chat, but like, what do y'all prefer? Do y'all prefer when I come in and I'm like, this is the deck, this is how you play it? Or do you prefer more the stuff where it's like, let's figure out how we play? How many Steam counter cards do I have? I'm playing All 9 Crankshaft. I find as a 2 cost, it's relatively easy to play. And then I have 3 Blue Bertha that I always have in. It's just the free roll as a blue 3 block. And then I have 3 reds, which is a popper for Dromai. And then it's just like when I'm playing full stack, coincidentally, it also is a Steam card. So 12 when I'm playing 60 cards, 15 when I'm playing 71. Azalea cannot block us out. She doesn't love blocking. She does. She's okay with blocking. Even when you know what you're doing, you are always learning. That is very true. Sure, I can enable chat. I don't believe Azalea can fatigue us, so I'm gonna trim down again. Secret touches, you never know what you're doing, Scott. Stop stealing my my secret ideas, Scott. How'd you get into Ascent testing? I kind of doubt this happens this stream. I don't know, we'll see. What else do I want to cut? I want to cut some blues. 2 cards left, so it's like probably just the twin drives. Maybe 1 twin drive, 1 high octane. Let's try this. I don't really have a very rigid sideboard guide here yet. Kinda just trying to feel things out. Sand Scour Azalea. Alright, this will be interesting. Hashtag too real, Scott. Too real. Pre-med on top and just passing. Alright, we can work with this. Don't really have anything I love arsenaling in this hand, so we're just gonna send 8 into 2 and end with a driver. Surprisingly good Banksy here. I find that Azalea frequently has, yeah, exactly 1 arrow spare in the hand, and they always are 3 blocks, right? Because, like, you really don't... Like, this isn't a deck, really, that plays Warmonder's Diplomacy, and so you're not afraid to arsenal buffs. So the spare arrows in hand aren't, like, doing anything super specifically useful to Azalea. I feel very in trouble that I'm still staring down a 5-card hand here. This is a good hand, though. Inertia, I don't care about. I can spend all of my cards. That is going to be a problem. That is going to be a real problem. Heatseeker? Okay. That one I'm not super concerned about. That I am concerned about. I'm about to get riddled. Yikes. Well, we can throw a throttle and that's it. It's not like the worst Red in the Ledger turn ever. This is just so much damage. Alright, well, we're under inertia. I'd love to put the recharge on the bottom of my deck, so I'm going to block like this. Be sad. And then on our turn, we have no reason to boost because we can't actually use action points. So we just get as much value out of our hand as we can, which happens to be 6. And that's the turn. Azalea or Agrolexi in a trench coat, who can be sure? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is Lexi. I'm squinting my eyes and I'm seeing a quiver of rustling leaves. It's even got bullseye bracers back. This deck is gross. This is another great hand. Let's see if we get an opportunity to use it. Oh, I don't think we're getting an opportunity to use this hand. And inertia again? Okay. I anticipate this. Oh, they're pitching a red though, but Tunic is up. So what I'm anticipating here is this to be Heatseeker, Snap, Codex, Red in the Ledger. Curious what the last card in hand is though. This is 11. Alright, so I'm going to start giving cards because I assume that I'm going to have to block 5 here on the follow-up as well. Or, worser case scenario, yeah, Snap into Codex. I'm just not going to have a turn. Oh my god, they also had the riddle in hand? Didn't find anything on the top. If Rain Razor's dyslexia confirmed, yeah. So I only have to block 5. I don't have a 1 cost, which is what I would have preferred, so I'll get 0 to 60, so I can at least make a new driver. Discard this. They send Riddle. And then I block 5. Okay. That wasn't the worst. They do have Heatseeker and Ponder, but they don't have snaps, so they can't. Big sad. I was about to say they can't double Arsenal, but when you Arsenal a non-attack action with Dogen, you can double Arsenal, in fact. I would expect Azalea to be one of the worst matchups for this deck, right? It always has felt that way when I played against Dash on Death Dealer Azalea. Yeah, this is a extremely based Azalea list. Could have brought in a 2 cost and made a new driver because I had the resource from the current driver. I could have, but it's 5 damage either way, right? Because it'd be like 5 off of the throttle plus driver, or 3 plus driver plus 5. Imagine boosting a crankshaft. I would never be so lucky. I only have all of them in the deck. Oh, I'm silly. Frailty, of course. The pistol doesn't come in for 2. Great point, Robin. I completely missed the frailty. Alright, this is a hand that does nothing. If you can get mech turn 4-5, it isn't that bad. You can get dominated out of the game, though. Yeah, I don't think we're hitting mech turn 4 or 5. That's the unfortunate part. Attack for 1, send a message. The life totals are even, and Azalea's snaps are gone. She just pitched a riddle. I've already seen a codex. There's a world where we win this game, but I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. I'm most scared that we just have no pressure this turn. Put a card on top, put a card on top, put a card on top. You never want to see that. Yeah, you're totally right, Robin. That your line was much better. I just completely missed it because I forgot about A, frailty, B, the fact that that would leave me uncranked, right? Codex again. Okay. Well, we can use Robin's wonderful line here. And at least get a bit more value. I'm getting riddled, of course, so never mind. You also often forget your disease ridden. Is this dominated? Oh, you know it is. Uh-huh. Alright, we get to play for the blood rot. Yay. Like this. Why am I just not playing Azalea? Why am I doing this to myself? No, I don't want to boost 5 damage. Dominated riddle is cool, but have you ever shot pistol for 1? I have. It feels great. This is a good hand. Red Whisper turned into a dominated riddle last time. Let's spin the wheel this time. Top, 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 top. Living the dream. This whisper's got me feeling some kind of way. I'm feeling some kind of way for sure. It is not a good way. I love winning games with Arc Bulk. Yeah, this deck is Sandshower, Great Bow, Azalea. I mean, oh, I'm in danger. Naturally. Find the red infecting shot on the top off of the whisper. Have we considered cranking more? I feel like we could be winning if we were cranking more. Noah, you're a genius. It's literally my whole hand to block this. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm heavily incentivized too, so what we do like this. That's 12. I get an arsenal. Azalea has nothing. They have no arsenal. I don't hate this. I definitely want to be cranking more if I can. I might be throwing away 3 armor block for no reason here. Because I'm going to straight at inertia on the next turn. Or I draw no blues, also a great way for things to happen. Ranger Brickhand. Ranger Brickhand. Not Ranger Brickhand. This is a blue infecting shot. Azalea, maybe she doesn't have an arrow. That was the goal, Robin. That was the goal. Pre-med on a blue arrow. Is there going to be a blind here? Nope, just a billion buffs. 369. Again. No arsenal. I mean, it's just like, the numbers just don't add up to take this. So I'm going to block it out. Ah yes, my favorite out. Opponent bricks. That's literally what you gotta do versus Rangers sometimes, though. I don't want to spend this yet, so I'm just trying to swing 2. I just love that that was our opponent drawing poorly, and it was still 9 with 3 different on hits. We are fatigued max naturally. Have the arrow again. Seek and destroy. Okay. No. Hey guys, I think we're getting red in the ledger. That's your favorite draft deck, right? Dartorius is a fatigue max. Tech counts are much closer than you would expect being max. I've only boosted 3 times because I haven't been allowed to for the whole rest of the game. When you're not allowed to do more than 1 action per turn, it turns out you don't boost a lot. So then a Black Friday sale on Blood Rot. Pew pew. No. Fat Max is the best deck in draft. I totally agree, actually. I you know it's true because we've got 2 different pro players in chat saying that Fatigue Max is best. I genuinely agree. Ugh. I'm also eating hair. Delicious. That deck is sweet. Alright. Are we gonna get red in the ledger again? Is our opponent going to brick after repeatedly not having an arsenal? Not a great start. We might just be dominated out of the game. Yep, we... Alright. What are you supposed to do? What are you... How many... So Red and Ledger has been played more than half of the turns this game, right? Like, significantly more than? Simply open Evo Circuit Breaker. Genius strategy, Dark. Alright. 5 to 15. We got this. The good news is they literally can't play Red in the Ledger many more times because they're running out of cards in deck that let them play that card. Yeah, all 3 are in the yard. They've played 2 codexes. We can get riddled 1 more time. Nope, that's not true because they pitched a Memorial Ground earlier. So we're still on the hook for just not getting to actually play this game. There's only 3 riddles. And we're also sought and destroyed. Oh, I could have sworn we were. Okay, well, I'd love to arsenal that card if I'm allowed to. Bad News 5 Life? I don't know what you're talking about, Brickless. We're down... Hey guys, I think we're getting red in the ledger. Well, it was fun not playing you, Amelia. Murkmire Grapnel. No, that's a deep cut. I like it. Yeah, why is the ledger always red? Why are we never black in the ledger? What's up with that? Someone in Wraith, everyone in Wraith is just really bad at finances, apparently. Alright. Good game. That was miserable. I don't know where these chat messages are. There we go. Good game. Okay. Rough start. We can make a comeback. Goes on TCG player to buy Azalea cards. Oops, all riddle. The worst breakfast cereal. Tastes like ink. And tears. That was what, 5 riddles played that game? Oh, we only have 2 hands. Wait. Your hero only has 2 hands. I don't know about y'all. I definitely can hold a wrench and a pistol in each of my hands. Flavor fail. In 2022 Nats, played versus Azalea, who riddled me the first 6 turns of the game. Arakni. Interesting. I would like to go second. Arakni is very happy to block me, and they also like to banish my cards, so I am presenting full stack. A wrench is not a hand. Yeah, with Codex now, and Memorial Ground, and Knock, it's just insane how frequently Azalea can play that one card if she wants to. Pistol is not a gun, and a wrench is not a gun, and a wrench is not a pistol, Robin. That one, that's the one that people always get tripped up on. Looks like pretty standard Arakni to me. But if you're interested, or if you find that wrench is not a gun funny, chat, you should go check out Capolo. He just released a new t-shirt that just has like the Banksy outline, and underneath it, it has the rules text from the release notes that just says, a wrench is not a gun, a wrench is not a pistol. It's really good stuff. You know what, Dark? We're not gonna... You make an excellent point. I do find it funny, and I am in therapy, so I feel like we're on brand. Rev up seems non-optimal when... Don't have a hyperdriver yet. Okay, well. Acting this plot for 3 here, it also, you know, pitches into my second cycle where it's going to be very good with my Nitro Mechanoid. Looks like a Big Bertha into hyperdriver to me. Oh, we missed our free Steam. Yeah, I'm Strilling. Welcome. GG. That was brutal. Unmovable? Frailty trap? Oh, I didn't want to swing my weapon anyways. Look at that pitch stack. What a stack. Nope. These all red hands are brutal. Do I care about Hurl? I think I don't. I think it's just like my life is a resource and it's actually not worth spending a card out of deck on 3 vanilla damage. That is worth spending a card out of deck. Blocking with high octane is illegal. Scott, there's a lot of hidden laws in this deck that I didn't realize. I'm so happy I have you around to show me the error of my ways. This smells like a cut to the chase. Do I play a round cut? I don't think so, because I want to just like T-bone into crank, or T-bone into driver, no crank. So it's like block here, show me the cut. Because these are also good to have in that prior hand. Yeah, I think it's just this. If I lose 4 cards out of deck, I presented 71 for a reason. Nope. Glad we called them on the bluff. T-bone eats their Master Perdition here, or their Black Text. Tomorrow is your last chance to play CC Icelander before Ella takes effect on Friday. Yeah, I cried a lot yesterday. It's just like, and it's not like sad tears, it's just like a lot of realizations. I don't know, I love this game very deeply. Oh, we get to Arsenal Pulse Wave Harpoon. I'm silly, we boosted. Sweet. No crank. Pass. Alright, let's go. This is a good hand. Arakni has 5 cards. We're going to ignore that part. But we're insulated from Codex's frailty because we arsenaled. Well, this smells like a black tech. In fact, I think we respect the black tech and we make them have the buff. They're thinking really hard about if they want to top or bottom that. Left it on top. They didn't have the cut earlier, so it's not cut in Arsenal. I will make them have the buff in order to have go again here. Yeah, okay. Well, that is making them have the buff so that they have go again, but they're stuck on all reds, which I figured, because otherwise you would lead with Spider's Bite, right? The real question is, what's their follow-up here? And are they eating a Mechanoid? No. Okay, I don't care about that. How do you play all 3 in one turn? All 3 what? Oh, this is a Leave No Witness after this. Oh, that's a good point, Zachary. Alright, you can Codex back your Eradicate, question mark? Oh, 3 Codex in the same turn. Slay the Scholars? Sure, take 4 in a heartbeat. I'll lose 1 more card out of deck. Don't care. Crankshaft. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on our way to a Mechanoid. The issue is we've already seen a lot of our free Steam cards. We have all 3 mechanoids, 2 hyperdriver, 2 high octanes, sorry, and all 3 twin drives floating around still. So like we're healthy on combo pieces left in deck. Game's just starting. We just got an excess of resources here. Nothing super useful to spend cardwork space slurs on, because we're under frailty. I think this is good enough as a 1 for 4. Go again. This is Arakni. All 3 Nitro Mecha are absolutely at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, the odds are they sink like 1 of our mechs, because they see like a little less than half of the cards that we draw, like ratio wise, not like literally they're looking at the cards we draw, right? And then we're likely to boost 1. We still should on average draw 1 in our hand, which is enough to get us there. I should do this the opposite way. I should load this, not fire because we're under frailty, and then crank and throw this garbage blue away. Sorry, I should bank, but not crank. Oop. All right, and then if we draw it, we just have it natty. Never lucky. We do have the recharge though, which is really nice. It means we can stay at 3 drivers next turn. And I would really prefer to do that, so this Arakni is going to have to throw some major disruption at me to get me to not do that. Fleece the Frail is not it. We're playing against different Arachnis. Math isn't real. They always see all your maps. Good to know, Strat. I will intentionally avoid the UK Arachnis if I can. Do I just care at all? Not really. I can't blot this out efficiently. It's not a real attack. Just pass. Didn't even black tech? Yeah, I mean, if you want to play this slow grindy game against me, we can do that. I'm gonna win, because I have a combo in my deck and you don't. That's my understanding, at least. We get to boost here. Never lucky. Sitting on a shred? That could explain it for sure. We've seen them pitch 1. But it's just like, until they show us a leave no witness or something real, I'm not really have a reason to block. Boosting this crankshaft versus arsenaling it. Don't really love arsenaling it. Hey, there we go. Alright, now we've got resources galore. Never feels good to Arsenal Shred. Yeah, the fact that they're blocking with another one means that that is probably true. No crank. We'll keep our drivers up. Leave no witness, and I have no cards in Arsenal. Oh dear. Hey, Summer, welcome. Yeah, this is what I do now. This is my life. I am the C tier queen. I just play a bunch of mediocre decks. Except this mediocre deck, like, got someone 17th at World, I believe. Or this hero, I should say. Do we care about blocking a leave no witness when we have nothing in Arsenal? Not really, right? Once again, they're just trying to try to shred me. Even if we boost next turn, we will have 3 drivers. I don't see a reason to give this cards. Arsenaling a shred is like going to a nightclub. Fun in theory and a major regret later. Sure, you can mask. Do you want a black tech? Bertha and recharge. I like how they're just getting me closer, or thinning me out and helping me find my nitro mechanoids. Hold on. Is this a high octane turn? I don't think so. I think we went to Arsenal it. Yeah, I think we're just arsenaling it. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have 4 hyper... No, that's wrong. That's... I should stack them so that I have 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Who cares about the hero and the powers this tier? Well, I'm like a solid B- tier. Rhea, please don't let them shred your mechanoid. This has been my TED talk. Duly noted, Scott. Leading with 0-6C lets you full value pulse wave and have enough left over to make a new driver. But does it keep me at... Oh god, I have 5 resources? I should have high octaned. Does it keep me at 3? Oh, it's... yeah. I'm so bad at this deck. Chat, you're so much better at finding lines than me. If you're B-, I'm probably a number. Well, Scott, I'll put it this way. One of us played at Worlds, and it was not... Oh. We're so good at boosting our crankshafts and our big Berthas. One of us played at Worlds, Scott, and it was not me. I'm not seeing... Well, I am seeing the flaws. I got riddled to death last game, but I just love how, like... Talk about consistency. All this hero's cards have go again. They all, like, are relatively the same rate. And he has a resource layaway mechanic where, like, you can help surgical and concealed blade. Alright, well, that's scary. You can, like, help insulate against resource-starved hands on future turns. Hey, we should have high octaned this turn. I was very silly not to. Geography doesn't make me better at fab, I promise. I just feel like I'm dead. I'm at 18 and I feel like I'm dead. It's so silly. Knowing that they have the surgical and concealed is interesting. So what I'm considering here is Cogworks into Teklovoplasma Pistol. It's probably not worth it. It's probably not worth it. Yeah, I should have 0 to succeed. You're totally right, chat. I completely goofed that part. Alright, well this is just a good hand. I'm so silly. I didn't make a driver last turn. What am I doing? What am I doing? I knew I was forgetting something. Pass. Well, if I get to keep my whole hand, this turn is so gas. But we know I'm not getting to keep my whole hand, because they literally showed us the surgical. And the resources to pay for the surgical. This hero has a resource layaway mechanic. But what if we didn't use it? What if, and hear me out, what if we had a blank hero text box? Wouldn't that be, like, so cool? Sorry. Alright, just leading with the surgical. we ought to play around the shred. So our most efficient blocking card isn't blocking here. I love passing with 2 floating. It's very efficient. It's certainly something, Scott. So it's like block here, here. This blocks around 1 shred. They pitched a concealed blade, so I'm inclined to think this is their only blue in hand. I'm confused why they haven't Tunic Spiders Bited at any point in this game. They can't Razor this, even though they've showed us they have that in deck. So it's like cut and shred are their outs. If they have 2 shreds, we just can't play around that. Also, like, if they... yeah, just can't play around it. So lock in this block and show me that you have it. Do I care about spreading blade though? Yeah, it's just, okay. Take 6. You got the first shred. Do you have the second? That's the important one. No, just clearing your arsenal. Just trying to read what it could be. Robin with the telepathy, just knowing what the cards in my opponent's hand are. Hey Robin, what's their last card in hand right now? Well, we smelled it. We played around the first shred. They pitched their concealed blade, so they have a red card in hand, like a contract or something. Maybe they were wanting to like leave no witness us after this. Red in the ledger. The last card in hand is red in the ledger. Yeah, Codex of Frailty makes a lot of sense as well. But, you know, if we blocked around the shred, then they don't get to black touching the Codex. Opponent's inactive. I'm gonna give them a bit more time. Yeah, they don't have it. I mean, 6 into 2 sounds pretty good to me. They did tank for a while. Does that make it a card that, like, they're not happy about arsenaling, maybe? Okay, vanilla card. Foundry Heart doesn't clear any of these blood rot boxes, and I'm running low on cards anyways, so it's a Crankin gun. Arakni's, like, getting low on life, so if we can keep pressuring them... at some point, they just die. No. 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 I wish I had all these blues last turn to play for those blood rot boxes. I think, Scott... my suspicion is that they weren't expecting me to play around the shred, and so they were assuming they would get black tech go again there. But there's a couple times this game so far where they've had a resource floating and they didn't Tunic Dagger beforehand. So not super sure what's going on. I just want to Hoon's Sacker Driver here. And on my turn, High Octane into Jumpstart and just, you know, blow our opponent away with Teklovossen pistol shots. Yeah, Hoons is very good here. Especially when we have 4 drivers lying around. Another shred? Another shred? You've only got 6 in the deck. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, goodbye, High Octane. It was fun while it lasted. Flicking, so I have a hard time blocking their next thing? What's their next thing? Yeah, that's a very good Occam's Razor approach, Alex. They might just, like... Yeah, there's the black text. Yeah, they might just be new to the deck. I mean, I'm certainly new to this deck, so I'm also playing quite sloppy. Issue with stream right now. Okay, I've got the silver. Can we close out this game though? Oh, they re-equipped after the flick. That's pretty nifty. Scott, I have a suspicion you might be right. I think our opponent sunk all of our construct nitromechanoids. Alright, well this is just free. Because it resets both Spider's Bites triggers. Yeah, the new Arakni spec is sick. It's like Mavrian Skies, but amped to 11. What's this last card here? Codex. That's a good card. That's a good card. Do I have a 0-60? Oh my god, I don't? Disaster. What did they get? They chose surgical? That's weird. Yeah, I think you might be right, Stott. That definitely is what was going on here. Martin Cox with the read. Martin. Can I, like, pay you to stand over my shoulder at events and just tell me what's in my opponent's hand? But not with looking at their hand, because that would be outside assistance. Okay, so they're going to have the Ponder. Oh, we missed the crankshaft there. Is that how it's going to work, Scott? I'm not sure, because, like, it says equip this and put a +1 counter on it, right? So I think it's, like, become a new item each time you equip it. Oh, this feels so bad. We do get to eat their tunic. Probably eating their tunic. Goodbye, chances of constructing nitromechanoid. I just want to do it once. Come on, games, please. Crank. Assert dominance by shooting pistol for 1, like we've established is the way. Yeah, if you could stack counters like that, that would be incredible, Scott. Man, we've just been kind of dismantled in our games so far. Flick here or no? Nope. Do I care about going to 6 off this vanilla damage? I don't think so. I'm just getting stomped. This is embarrassing. Well, I called it the underdog for a reason. Dagger for 7 is worth losing repeatedly for. Is this another cut or a shred? Probably a shred. We can block 7. Do we want to? Is it worth it? Probably not. If we do this and they shred the crankshaft, we take 3, they take, I don't know, the 0 to 60. We still get to throw lethal. Yeah, I don't think we can play around trips here. We just have to make him have it. Cut will do it. Cut will do it. It's the first cut we've seen of the game, which is kind of interesting. They're probably taking the blue throttle here. Yep. So now we're tight on resources. We do still get to do the thing. We're not threatening lethal though. We're just dead. We're so dead. I am definitely getting the suspicion that all of our constructs were sunk. Having seen none of them this deep in the game is very suspicious. I'm gonna laugh when I draw my next hand and it's just 3 construct nitrometanoid. We were doing a very good job mid-game about like keeping enough hyperdrivers out to build it on demand. Heart and crankshaft? Yeah. Yeah, heart and crankshaft is... I mean, do I have any rev ups left? A few, but... One player saw 3 metanoids this game. It's a shame it wasn't us. Say it ain't so, Scott. Their inevitability with Shred, now that we're at 3, is just so scary. They're blocking a lot. Hey! We got there. Not seeing them is probably better than seeing them banished. Well, if we were alive, that would be true. Unfortunately, hey, you know what is really nice? Is we have this 3 block that's not affected by spider bite. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Arakni's not a good match hero for the Mecha, I believe, unless he's going for 100% fatigue. Well, the good news is we weren't going for the Mecha anyways. The bad news is it didn't matter either way. Oh, we're just dead to flick, right? Yep. Right as I say it. On cue. I definitely made a mistake earlier this game where I didn't pull the trigger on that high octane that was in Arsenal, and I ended the turn with like 3 resources. I think that definitely could have changed the pace of the rest of the game, and retroactively looking back, that's probably where I went wrong. Our opponent is at, 4 to 6 right now. I mean, I'm just dead to flick. I don't know why we're even playing here. Double mech hand in 3, 2. And I think if I had, razor instead of flip. I think if I had committed to that high octane and not just like assumed that I would have time to play the mech later, we could have had a pretty different game in the second half there. I'm just trying to identify like, where could I have done better there? That's just always what I try to do when I lose a game, is look back and say like, where was my biggest mistake? And then, of course, in the future games, trying to correct those and not fall for those same traps, right? It's okay. Early high octanes into a fatigue matchup is good. Yeah, that makes sense. What do we do versus Rhinar? No OP Prism today? Rip. I'm bringing Prism back on the next stream Atlas. I've made a couple of changes to the Herald side to try to race ninjas better, that I think are going to help that plan a lot. And I definitely will be doing like a version 2 or updated list in the near future. This weekend I won't be streaming because of the Realm games, the 20k Brawl. I'll be down in Columbus, hopefully seeing some of y'all and saying hi. The Octane would be a game-changing turn for sure, yeah. Probably stream like mid next week to make up for the fact that I won't be doing anything this weekend. Don't make Mech into Rhinar, you'll get Arge smashed. Makes sense. So just like pistol high octane. Rhinar can block pretty well, right? Are we doing just full stack then? Yeah, I'm definitely doing more Prism in the near future for sure. Row Arge smash. But hear me out. What if it just doesn't matter that we're playing Arge smash? I'm just playing full stack. All of Rhinar's cards block 3. Hello. Good luck, have fun. Zipper into driver. Hold on. Zipper into driver. Arsenal rev up. Get ready for a really big turn 2. Nope. Go. Alright, now this is a hand. Full send into Rhinar. I can do that. Collecting Prism and paper since my last stream. I happen to have been doing the same recently. Got most of my shiny cards right here. I'm still missing a few Figments. We're working on that. I don't care about your vanilla damage. I can do more vanilla damage with my 5 cards. There's a scowling flesh bed here that I need to be cognizant of as I play around it. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Show me your hand. Crank and go. This costs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly 7. Bringing Prism to roll confirmed. I'm not doing that, unfortunately. Not playing Prism at the Realm. If I was more confident in my ninja matchup, I would, but we're not quite there yet. This hand is actually quite safe from Styling Flesh Bag. Because, like, if they intimidate our Harpoon, we still crank and bank. If they intimidate the 060, we still get to Harpoon and eat their last card. Take away your barraging. Swing bait doesn't do anything on its own. Saving it for Arsenal. Okay, I feel pretty up in that exchange. Yeah, let's go. Crankshaft trigger. As an Iris drum I stand, simply dodge the ninjas. Excellent idea, Scott. But there's an issue. I need to dodge the ninjas, and also I need to dodge the Dromais. And I believe in my ability to do one of those two things. And it doesn't even like matter particularly which one of those two things. I can do one of them. But doing both in the same tournament is really big ass. I'm not quite sure that I can get there. Yeah, I would love to inefficiently eat one of your other equipment. Double T-Bone was very good that turn. It wasted a point of block on Scabskin Leathers. Oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. Are you sure that I shouldn't do it? Because like I could do it here. It would be so cool. What if I did it? We don't know that they have Ard Smash in their list. We haven't seen any yet. What does this hand do if we don't construct Nitro Metrinoid? Alternative, absolutely do it. Getting it exploded will be hilarious. Now we're talking, Scott. Just do it, why not? So this is Mech Load Pistol Pass. The moment you say they don't have it, it manifests in the deck. I am familiar. I did that a couple of times with Red in the Ledger earlier today. Make the mech for the content. That's how we farm the internet points. We're doing the thing. Oh, loading pistol was dumb. It doesn't because the pistol's gone. So I should have blocked with zipper hit and pitched crankshaft to the bottom, but that's neither here nor there. We'll recharge kind of awkward now. Everything else looks great about this hand. Oh, I should have blocked with equipment. Yeah. Guys, I'm really not good at this deck. Yoink. Load pistol, eat pistol, be sad. Pummel? Pummel. Pummel. I'm sad. Oh, you know what? I probably should have blocked with my mech. That would have been smart. Huh. Alright. Focus. Real gamer moment time. Let's actually try to win this game after being down so bad. 6 into 6. And then we just wait to draw high octane. We are in fact playing it to get better. Just needed a 12 health handicap. 2 card 12 is in fact incredible. Alright, let's go. Let's go. What? What? No, I'm trying to block with Metrix. Oh, I have to block with it over here? Okay, sure. High octane. Draw another boost card. Yep. Boost. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, I should have pitched super hit instead of throttle. Did we not want the quicken? I guess yeah, the quicken on the mechanoid is pretty good, but I saw high octane and I kind of just stopped paying attention. Because this is 3 match swings here, 0 resource 18. High octane, go burr. We are daring our opponent to not let us win this game. Probably ought to make a new, it's really funny because my hand didn't do anything anyways. We probably ought to make a new hyperdriver at some point, I was going to say. But this also seems fine. Make them blocked with Arg Smash. Yeah, seems a bit suboptimal use of Stallion Fleshbag there. I started seeing red and stopped playing around it at some point. Alright, we've got 3 swings left. They've got a D-react here. No, they're going to 1, so they think they have us dead. Why do I have a card in hand? Attack. Oh, flashback is why I had a card in hand. You're totally right. I just, you know, in my head that just throws away that card forever because that's how Intimidate works. Sure. Oh, maybe we are dead. If only we had this big temper equipment. Save at least 2 unless you can for sure close out the game. Yeah, I mean, what have we seen as far as D-reacts go? You can resolve this. 1 sync. A Fate? Yeah, so they have D-reacts. I'm still just not dead, though. Oh, they killed themselves. What an anticlimactic way to end the game. We got there. Hey, it's no coincidence that the one game that we've built, the Nitromechanoid, we actually won. I'm going to take that as a sign. Never mind. We drew the high octane. Opponent was at 1. Discarded a beast within. It's that simple. Make giant robot and win. 12 life handicap and still won. You know what they say, Robin. I play wizard. Nitromechanoid is basically just Stormstriders, right? Like, they're the same card. Opponent robbed us, punching them in the face. That was a game. I played super sloppy, but that was still a very fun game. Okay, this one's hard. This one's very hard. But we have a very specific plan. We build Nitromechanoid. That's the plan. Oh, you're right. I should have searched through that. Sorry, I quit too fast. Okay. What we did last game, we're just gonna do that again. It's that simple. This hand's fine. Not great, but fine. Nitromechanoid is basically Stormstriders. Beast Within's tagline: "You can't fire me, I quit." I love it. I love it. Dilobotomy. They're just bonking. Block 6, pass. Oh, we gotta play around Buckle versus Bravo? That's disgusting. This hand does a thing. Send Bertha. Load pistol. Make a driver. Arsenal zipper hit. How are we doing on time? Been going for hour and a half-ish? I got at least another game in me. Alright. Let's see how badly we're getting destroyed by this Dominated Crippling Crush. All red hand. Love to see it. Love to see it. Or they're just bonking. I can handle it, just bonk. Speaking of time, stop, go to bed. 2 a.m., you should go to bed. Good night. Okay. So it's like Arsenal Jumpstart here. So I'm blocking. Pitching to play zipper hit. Pitching to driver. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Hey, thanks a lot, Scott. Thanks for hanging out in chat. It was a lot of fun. Okay, pummel take 10, take 7. Sure. Vanilla damage we can definitely handle because we also make vanilla damage. The issue is if we don't start applying real pressure to this Bravo soon, they're just gonna run us over with Dominate. I would have pulled the trigger and gone a few boosts wide on this hand if we had the blue, but we are quite short on resources. You are correct, Robin. Bravo taking damage to send damage seems suspicious. Okay, okay. I can work with this hand. Gonna have to, because we're getting dominated. Alright. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't pummel. This doesn't crush. And we get to recharge this driver so that they both live. Send this jump start just off this crankshaft. Make a third driver, arsenal throttle, be ready to go. I love it. I don't love giving up so much armor that early, but I mean it was dominated. What are we gonna do about it? No, 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 I'm not passing, I'm not passing. That was me, that was my bad. Sometimes I get just way too trigger happy and I press my spacebar for no reason. Never lucky. We'll get free steam. I know this, I know it. We're gonna hit like next 5 boosts. Free steam. I feel it in my bones. Anytime you can threaten like a quarter of Bravo's life though, it feels like you're doing a pretty good job. Starting to eat armor, so they've got something big. I guess it is kind of interesting, we're just an all vanilla deck. So as long as they're getting the full block value on the armor, it's not horrendous to just use it immediately. If they toss out a lunging press, would have eaten my shirt. Yeah, I mean, if they toss out a lunging press, it's just good on you, right? Sag. Tear Asunder Hammer. We discard 2 cards of our choice, right? Not the worst hand for that to happen to be honest. Because this hand just like doesn't do anything anyways. Yeah, this hand is just straight up like, I'm gonna take 4 damage, discard 2 mediocre cards, pitch this crankshaft into my second cycle through pistol, and then attack for 2 damage. We've still got Mech ready to go. So I still don't feel like bad at all about our positioning in this game, even though we're down 9. Okay, well, Bravo holding 5 cards is always scary. Here we go. Okay, okay. I'm listening. We've got the twin drive as well. So we can construct into throttle Arsenal twin drive here. Debilitate suggests that we are getting pummeled. Do I care about debilitate? If we don't attack them next turn, I kinda don't. I mean, so I'm definitely doing this. Zealous and Crippling, we were lucky to avoid. This honestly does not feel severe at all in comparison. I mean, we just call the bluff on the pummel, right? The most telegraphed pummel ever, yeah. It's fine though, because we literally weren't attacking next turn anyways. We're gonna discard this zipper hit, we're gonna construct Nitro Mechanoid and say, your move, Bravo. And I remembered to get my full equipment blocked this time. Go. This is a matchup where we really have to be careful and save our mech counters for when we do have the high octane explosion. Alright, we win by... Alright, well that's a crippling crush. Twin Drive needs to go in my arsenal so that I can wait for a high octane. This blocks for 5. This Twin Drive might not go in my arsenal. This recharge is really awkward now. Yeah, I think this saves us the crush. We are then susceptible to buckle. But also, like, we have a Nitro Mechanoid and card from hand to play around buckle to Nothos at least. This lets us recharge 0 to 60, make a driver. Oh, we have throttle. I am a fool. I forgot that we had the throttle in Arsenal. Just like, this card stopped existing to me. Well, I feel terrible about blocking with that Twin Drive now. So now I'm thinking like recharge 0 to 60 driver. Okay, them blocking with a CNC has me suspicious. We have a mech that blocks 4 though. Yeah, I'm really just wanting to save my mech for when we do draw our high octanes. Because if we can overwhelm Bravo with like a bunch of damage in a single turn, that's kind of like how the game is won. If we throw throttle here, we buy breathing room probably. We don't actually leak damage. They've got 3 cards, so they're probably just hammering anyways. Come on, high octane. I know you're in the deck. Vanilla damage I can handle. That one we can do with. 15 we do need to have a life buffer. That's true. I'm pretty happy to throw 13 this turn though. Can start with this T-bone. They have no really good choices. Unless they do multiple equipment on the same. Did I forget to make the driver? Are you serious? Oh my god. I do wonder how much of this is like playing on talishar where it's like I forget to press the button, right? Versus in paper. Or it's just like, yes, I am making a hyperdriver this turn. The Hoons. The Hoons is a very good blue card. Pitches for 3 resources. $32, I'd hope to get them lower before comboing off. Maybe it is worth to just like throw mech this turn then. I don't know, I'm open to the suggestion for sure. Yeah, they're starting to eat damage, so we need to incentivize them to block the cards. Oh my gosh, yes. The new Luminaris on Talishar of just like, oh, I passed resolution step, forgot to just click Luminaris is very real. Very real, Atlas. Yeah, I kind of like this quite a lot actually because they've got equipment committed to the chain already, so it's like they don't get to full block this without giving us a civic steps question mark. Or they're just taking it. I like the part where they're just taking it, but that makes me concerned what they have on their turn. Buckle and Othos. Okay. I can block 7 really easily. That seems like it was not worth it, Bravo. I'm gonna be honest. Just have sorry copy pasted for the inevitable undoing. That's the way to go about it, Atlas. Alright, the issue is we're vulnerable to the next buckle. But also Bravo might just be dead for the next buckle. So like, is it actually that much of a concern? Showing me a CNC. Well, the good news is I wasn't going to arsenal this blue crankshaft anyways. All these free steam counters we're missing out on. Look at this free steam. Love it when Bravo blocks with a Whoa, excuse me. I love it when Bravo blocks with a crippling crush. 6 overpower? Bravo, you can't just take this. You're getting close to just like deterministically dead. Oh, this is a good hand. This hand just sends 20? Sure, ship it. I think we're gonna get there. Yo, we greeting arsenals? I mean, when you draw hands like this in the late game, how do you not greet it? We still have all 3 high octanes left, right? I pitched 1? Question mark? Was that last game? This is what happens when I play too many talishar games just back to back to back. They start bleeding into each other. And then I remember pitch stacks from the wrong games. I will say 9 crankshaft has felt surprisingly okay. Like just being a 2 for 5 red with boost is fine. And then also it buys free steam sometimes. Alright, this is probably our last free match swing. Don't question it too hard, Atlas. Don't think about it too much. He is refusing to give me civic steps. It is going to become an issue. So I block 3, I go to 3, and then he doesn't get to hold a hand the rest of the game. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so he's going to have to give me civic steps. Which means that I'll have go again on my mech on the next turn. Yeah, I think this is just like essentially a deterministic game. Okay, so we recharge pitch Bertha. Boost a zipper hit. This is for 8, which is awkward to block with 3 blocks. He gives civic steps, so we get a free mechanoid swing, right? Because Quicken works on weapons. This is a weapon. Yeah, he's realizing he can't do that or else he just dies. Okay. Alright. Withdraw again. Which is the most disgusting thing ever. And they're dead. Alright, chat. Now listen. Confirmed high octane clumps? Where's the high octanes? Yeah, they were just all in a row at the bottom of the deck. That's kind of crazy. Now chat, all I'm saying here is the games I've won are the games that I resolved Nitro Mechanoid. And I'm just saying there might be a little coincidence there. We can do one more. We can do the 3-3 starting out in the submarine bracket. I'm liking where this is going. I feel like I'm not nice high octane pitch stack. Yeah, that would have been disgusting if we oopsed into it. Bravo played that buckle so confidently. What is this, Vynnset? We want to go first just because Vynnset always wants to go first. Arcane Barrier sounds quite nice. We are not assembling Metanoid here. The games I've won are the games where the deck did the game plan. That's interesting, Amelia. Does Vynnset Vynnset doesn't like to block, right? She needs big hands. Kevin, help me. I don't think she can block us out. But also I'm inclined to play pistol, I think. T-Bone is really good if we ever eat her tunic or her creepers. We are winning. What else are we cutting here? Oh, are they? That's neat. Maybe we'll see each other on you on my channel, mine on yours. I doubt that high octane combo is how we win this, so I don't mind doing like the 1-in-1 cut. Bertha is whatever. Cool. Well, nice to play you, Smile. Oh, I have seen that video, or I've seen the thumbnail for that video for sure. That makes sense, putting that name to this face. So then we cut like... we'll just play 62. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, this looks like a hand that makes a driver and Arsenal's a recharge to me. Yeah, I have... Well, I also have a suspicion... Blocking with Grasp turn 0? Really? I have a real suspicion that we don't get to assemble match just because like we go to 0 Arcane Barrier if we do, and that sounds like an awful way to lose the game. Just play 62, same as me. Listen, Dark. Maybe I'll like actually make a sideboard guide for this, but today is not that day. This hand looks great though. AB overrated. They're taking a turn to set up and not pressure us. Requiem for the Damned. Deathly Wail from hand. Interesting. So they get to play this as an instant this turn. How much do I care about 8 damage? My hand throws a lot back. Yeah, you can have... Like... Let's think. I can't reasonably block this out and have a turn, so I just have to take it. It is, of course, scary to... They're going to play Requiem as an instant because I took damage. Maybe that should have incentivized me to block out that Deathly. Imagine blocking HP is just a resource. That's true. That's very true. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I can do this smarter. I don't know how many resources I'm going to have access to this turn, so it makes sense to hold the jump start because it's a 1 cost. Alright, well, I also drew jump start. Not ideal, but we can make it work. So we're going to 0 boost. Nice. We hit the big Bertha. That's excellent. This driver is just going to live literally all game. Okay, and then we get to recharge. This driver just like actually will live forever. Boost here. Throw away a twin drive, that's fine. I like the part where they're blocking with widespread. I hate playing against this card. It can just feel so inevitable. You take 4. We have 3 AP. So we can shoot pistol. Let's see, shoot, we still have 2 action points. We get to shoot pistol 3 times. We want a foundry heart so we can also make a driver this turn. Did I do math wrong? Did we not read that? Did we not need that extra resource because pistol is already loaded? I did. It's fine. I'm sure that nothing bad will come of that. Can't wait to get fatigued by exactly 2 cards. Play whatever Aaron played at Worlds. You have a good point. You have a good point. Play the deck that made top 4 at Worlds. In CC though, Aaron went 6 and 4, right? Noah, he went 5 and 3 in CC and then 1 and 1 in top 8. So like on a CC only basis, there were better performing Dromai lists technically. It's a contractual obligation. All right, well, that's fair. Yeah, I ended up not needing Furnace. Why do I always roll this Furnace? I clearly have been practicing Dromai too much in my off time. Librarian Dromai? Is that what we're calling Royal Dromai now? Empress? I still call it Empress. Yeah, but he's the best Dromai player in the world. You do win on that technicality, Dark. Oh my gosh. How do you lose with hands like these? Spoiler alert, I don't think you do. What are we using the Eloquence for, I wonder? Read the runes? Oh, playing both tomes. I get it, Robin. That makes sense. Widespread is not scary. I don't have an arsenal. If I get pummeled here, I ditch the crankshaft and I'm not even particularly sad. I'm just like major setting tempo for the game. Nope. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the outcome of this turn cycle. Furnace, Foundry, very samey. They both like make free resources after paying 1 into them. It's basically the same thing. Cool, because I got to hold this. I'm pretty happy committing the high octane here. Excellent. Boost, trigger. Just this turn cycle is going to end up looking very similar to last turn cycle. Okay, so this leaves us with 2 action points. We have 5 resources this way or 4 resources that way. So this is 2 into... Alright, let's do some math. So 0 to 60 is 2 damage. Make a driver, pistol is 6. That's 8 total damage versus 4 damage. Pistol, no driver. Excuse me. We already have a driver that's living the next turn, so I'm not, and we're not trying to construct nitromechanoids, so I think I would rather push the damage route here and get the 2 extra damage and not the extra hyperdriver. Crankshaft is really feeling like an all-star here. It's just a fine boost card. And sometimes it enables degenerate hyperdriver survival that shouldn't be normally possible. This turn, Heart gives an extra pistol shot. Does it? I don't think it does. It does if we crack Achilles, but I'm not going to do that, right? I have 1 action point left, which I'm using to load and shoot. Yeah. The math is really hard, which is weird because it's like a largely vanilla deck. Alright, we're up 7. We have a hyperdriver out. We have all of our armor still. I'm feeling pretty good about our positioning in this game. This card is blank. Whale is their banish. But they don't have the resource, the rune chance for it. Envelop with double go again. Oh, that's a nifty trick. Nice to see older cards having a fresh life cycle. Yeah, it's really cool to see them revisit the hyperdriver cards from, what was that, Dynasty? I think they found a really nice home in Bright Lights that I didn't really expect them to ever see. Did they pay life into this? Yeah, alright, well, 0 then. I was considering blocking this out. But if I'm not allowed to, deny the rune chance, then I'm not super in love with blocking here. Just trying to think, how can we use all the resources available to us next turn? So it's like Pulse Wave Harpoon, Pitching Construct, leaves us with 3 floating. Can spend 1 of those to zipper hit, leaves us with 2 floating. Yeah, I just don't see the damage value there. So like, let's just have a slight off turn here. Pulse Wave, Crank Pistol. Get a nice, 2 card 7. Sure. We haven't seen the giant double gate, which is what I'm always really concerned about when Vynnset is doing these aggro races. Pulse sorting their banished target is very good. We weren't ever going to get to 3 boosts in that hand. If we could have, I would have for sure. It just didn't line up there. They might be a bit bricked if they're using their Providence here. This probably should be Bank C. Well, but I've had 2 good high octane turns. I don't know, it's hard to say. They also have been like relatively willing to block. Opinions on Rhinar. I think he was a great called meta shot in this prior meta that included Icelander. Maybe I was reading that hand wrong, but was it Jumpstart, Zipper, Pulse, Construct? It was Thomas. Oh, I see what you mean. Just triple boost. Yeah. Okay. I did miss the triple boost there, Thomas. You're right. No, please backseat me. I'm really bad at this deck. That's like half the reason I'm playing it is so that chat and I can keep each other honest and I can get better at this. Rhinar, I think, was a pretty good called meta shot in this prior meta that included Icelander because I really liked Rhinar's matchup into Icelander. This might be a blockout turn. If they have Pummel here, Crankmore? Chat demands it. I shall Crankmore. But with Icelander gone, I think. Sorry, let me back up. Answer that Rhinar question. With Icelander gone, I think we'll see too many of Rhinar's unfavorable matchups. Primarily, I think we're going to see a huge resurgence in Ninja, and so I'm concerned about how viable of a choice he is going forward. You don't think I'm cranking the correct amount. I don't know how much. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, Dark. Courteous is always the most helpful person to exist. Dark's advice is some of my favorite advice in all of Flesh and Blood because it's just, hey, Dark, is this deck tempo? Do I think you're serious, or am I riffing off of you because I think it's really funny when I act like you're serious? Am I still experimenting with Teklo? I am currently off Teklovossen, unfortunately. Blue Deathly Delight, spicy. I think that deck is missing like one ingredient, and I don't know what that ingredient is, but like it needs slightly more efficient ways to put cards in the banish zone. This isn't a real on hits. I don't care whether that's like more 2-cost boost attacks or scrap cards that work with evos that you don't feel awful to block with from hand. So like if I wanted to play a fatigue deck, I would play Bravo. And the boost deck, it's just we have 2 mechs that just are doing it better. And I think Teklovossen just struggles too much in terms of like getting to that mid game where he has all 4 evos equipped and he's playing the really efficient tank turns. So right now I'm not playing Teklovossen really. I'm very excited for that deck in the future. I think some like just 1 or 2 expansion slot cards will help it a bunch in terms of realizing its full potential. But right now I don't see it. I totally messed this turn up. I should have played Jumpstart first. That is, I should just rewind, to be honest. That's like a big no-no. Because if we did it the other way, jumpstart would cost 2, or I would be sacking the driver that I made this turn, and those are just things that we don't want to do. Sorry, Smile. I was too busy talking about Teklovossen. Love it when my opponent is pitching to play Reduced or Enchant. Yeah, we've really got them on the back foot here. We have to make a driver leak 2 more. And this Vynnset literally doesn't have a turn. I like where this is going. Are we going to win a game where we don't construct Nitro Mechanoid? That's illegal. We're not allowed to do that. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We drew a hand that has no blues. Now we're back to normal. I joke, but like this hand's actually just fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It still threatens lethal. Okay, so if I recharge pitch and crankshaft into T-bone into zipper hit, it's 5, 9, 12. Matt's just trying to bring me back down to earth. Yeah. Have I considered cranking Nitro Mechanoid? Genius. What happens when I crank Nitro Mechanoid? I put a -1 armor counter on it, and I get to attack with it again this turn? Like, gain an action point? I could see that. That would be definitely fair and not super duper broken. The alternative is converting one of these into a pistol shot and arsenaling. However, this keeps the driver alive for a turn. Yeah, I think this ends up just being better. Also presents 2 breakpoints. That hyperdriver needs to see a chiropractor after carrying this turn. For real. An action point in your next round. Sounds like a good way to really break some decks. Let's just start with multiple action points turn 0. No reason to boost here. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There is a reason to boost here. Items with hyperdriver under them gain crank. Disgusting. Yeah, I think we are just about wrapped up here. Nope, no, I'm not passing. I'm too quick to draw on the pressing the space bar. Somebody say Spectra? My favorite mechanic? Alright, what's this Vynnset banishing here? What is this card? Each hero... Oh, it doesn't... Oh. It costs 3, it doesn't block, it doesn't pitch. So they just have to do this to get this out of hand? Yikes. Okay, well... It was a pleasure. Hey, they're the one that chose to put Dimensional Vortex in their deck. Let me slow down specialization. What's your favorite illusionist mechanic? Mine's Mirage. Great question. I wonder how many people in chat actually know what Mirage does. It's gotta be Mirage just because like it's on literally one card, right? And it's just dumb and weird. Good game, Smile. I don't know. I love Spectra. I think I love Spectra in the messed up way, where like it's a terrible mechanic, and I think that just makes it awesome in the same way that like Storm from Magic is a messed up mechanic and is really cool. Mirage is a defensive phantasm, that's correct, Nirabedia. Don't talk shit. I didn't. Did I say anything negative about Flicker Trick? That card's sweet. It's really hard to find matchups where it's relevant, and that makes it a really cool sideboard narrow card. How long have we been going? 2.5 hours? One more. I got one more in me. We need to go positive above 50% win rate, because I'm in 3-3 right now. CLF, but it's Spectra. Oh. Noah, if they ever make an Ice Illusionist, you thought I was an Icelander main? I will really be an Ice Illusionist main if that ever happens. Teklovossen. This is probably a bad matchup for us, right? Because we don't block giant overpower things very well. Well, I imagine it's just like the Bravo matchup. Pop Metamorph, get CLF ×2. That sounds insane. Matchup isn't bad if the Teklo is slow. That makes sense, Joshua. Ice does just make any class better and cooler. Totally agree. It's my favorite talent in the game, and it's not close. No. Guys, I got demoted to second monitor. You know what's funny? You know what, Noah? Two can play at this game, because chat is on my second monitors. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about being on the second monitor? Doesn't feel so great, does it? For the record, chat, that's why I keep looking to my left whenever I'm talking directly at you. Sorry, I should submit my deck. I have a really awful habit of looking at chat when I'm talking to chat instead of looking at the camera, because obviously that's just how it works. Oh, look at this pitch stack we had to do. High Octane Twin Drive. Oh, Majin's been streaming? Okay. Alright, well, let's start chipping down on that Steel Soul Tower. Throw the combo to second cycle. Knowing that this is just waiting for us to come back around is kind of absurd. Just thought it was hard for you to make eye contact when talking to us. I can make eye contact. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the hardest thing to do. It's just, you know, I get this weird association in my brain with where chat is. How much do I care about this? I can do 3 sips like this. And it means my turn is 1, 2, 3. I ought to do it. I want a blue next to those two. So I ought to do it like this. Gives me 2 blues in a row to fuel that hand. And this lets me jumpstart, throttle, crank, and pistol. Yeah, I like this. Never mind, he's streaming TFT back in the primary monitor. Yes! We did it, chat. Story time hits different when you witness the story IRL. Oh yeah, crankshaft high roll. Let's go. Free steam. We're doing the thing. So is this Teklovossen. Based on the fact that they played a generic card, I'm pretty sure this is Turtle Teklovossen, so we definitely are going to take our time. And to make sure that we have a nice construct nitromechanoid setup. Overblocking on a jumpstart when I gave armor, which means that I'm definitely coming back with a big hand. Oh, I agree, Thomas, or Esper. I'm gonna load pistol and then make a driver not crank. Hello? No, internet, don't do this to me. Nope, I'm not trying to end the turn. We've been going too long. My internet is starting to get cranky. This definitely is the last game for the night. No crank. And construct nitromechanoid. That is not construct nitromechanoid. It is a potential double high octane double twin drive hand next turn. Oh, that's an early scrap trader double strap. That's scary. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand like does stone cold nothing. Okay. Well, I don't like how close these are in the stack with our others, because it means we're going to end up banishing these to the first twin drive. Oh, this Teklovossen's finding all his evos early. Oh, we might be in trouble. Yeah, I can't YOLO the high octane there. It's just like a very good way to lose on the spot, right? We might be in real trouble though. These are very early evos. We're gonna have a pretty significant turn here though. Matchups hard when Teklo high rolls. Say it ain't so, Joshua. Say it ain't so. It's okay because we are also high rolling our free steam, which is always exciting to see. Teklo might transform before us. The actual disaster. We are going to go into the next turn with 3 hyperdrivers, both having 2 steam, which is kind of insane. I think despite the early Teklovossen start, we're going to be doing just fine this game. Unmovable red. Wow. You want to pitch a red for that unmovable? Do you have anything left to scrap? Nope. This is just 6 vanilla, but it still is 6 damage when our opponent has 2 cards in hand. I guess there's a world where we're supposed to pop base sleds here to not crank the driver. And play this on the boost chain. Interesting. That probably would have been better. I'm not sure. The good news is overpower means that Teklovossen doesn't actually get to equipment block any of our mech swings. Hand doesn't really do anything. Alright. Okay. So they have to go to second cycle as well before they can flip. That makes me feel a lot better about this. Our posturing in this game. I don't... Nope. This one... I'll give... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna throw this 0 to 16 arsenal and be patient. And my somewhat limited experience, transforming as Teklo in first cycle is pretty bad given the int penalty. That makes sense, monkeys. It does seem like they're having a hard time finding their controller. Never mind, it's in their banished. I'm silly. So overpower allows normal equipment to block Chris, but if you happen to notice, the evos are actions because you initially play them from hand. And so, like, funny enough, it ends up being that you don't get to block with them and other action cards from hand because the evos are still technically actions, and overpower specifies only getting to block with one action. This hand is straight gas. We are high octane mini comboing at the start of this game. It's turn 6. They would need like a CNC to get me to not block here, or to get me to block here. This hand is straight gas. What do we draw? Even better. This draft game looks weird. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Dark Odious. I did not draft Fatigue Maxx. Just, I'm the biggest disappointment, I know. Wow, we're gonna just a full take this Teklovossen's hand here. Wish I had one more blue. I definitely cannot resist. That's unfortunate. Hey, welcome Nathan. We are 3-3 right now. We're playing for 50% win rate. There's a lot on the line in this game. Okay, our opponent has a random blue in hand. We just banished a construct. Singularity is like Mech, but better worse in that if you do it too early, you can't close out. Gotta whittle down your opponent first. Yeah, I mean, in that context, the list is broken. I mean, it's just like C tier gold. What do you want, Nathan? Sorry, I'm gonna make that joke for the rest of the time. I hope you realize. So this one's free. The shots that come after this, we have to like actually think about. Not trying into another blue is so rough. We can foundry make a driver uncranked and still get one more shot. I don't hate that. I can't wait to banish both construct nitromechanoids here. Yeah, 2 red zipper hits, that's fine. Yeah, so this lets us no crank. And then we end up spending almost all of our action points. I'm gonna arsenal this rev up just because. Well, I guess I can see a world where I'm supposed to put it in second cycle, and the Teklovossen is committed to not blocking anymore, so they have something in their arsenal. Maybe I'm supposed to read the war machine here. And this lets us get full value out of the high octane anyways. So second cycle, not just a bunch of blues. Okay, I can see the argument here. Hand's fine. Alright, well, I almost had the read. Unfortunately, it was Terminator Tank and not War Machine. What is this, like, block, discard, attack, arsenal? I don't hate that. Hachi Machi? What does that mean, Zachary? I am unfamiliar. No boost, just a 0 for 4. Is there an argument to take the block, take the blue instead of the yellow with pulse? Yeah, there probably was, Robin, and it would have been a lot better because it would have stopped the Terminator Tank. My thought process was to make sure that that pulse wasn't getting pitched in their second cycle where their singularity was much better. But I think that's kind of a losing attitude in retrospect. It's like, if we're not killing them in second cycle anyways, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, almost certainly I should have taken the blue there. I'll have to look up the critic. I'm not familiar. Do I care? I don't think I care. Tight on life, but I have a straight gas hand. Yeah, I'll take 6. And by straight gas, I mean a bunch of boost cards. Alright, let's spin the wheel on this Big Bertha. Boost. Didn't get there. Two card 6 with go again. What is there not to love? Alright, free steam? Free steam. Nice to hear I want to learn person action object. However, I'm now feeling Bravo is running less AB. Just count, remember card order, don't person action object. So pitch stack is referencing, I was mentioning in the Big Purple Discord, I'm kind of addicted to Storm Striders, so I might be playing Kano a little bit in the relative near future. And pitch stacking is like really important to, or learning to memorize pitch stack is really important for that, right? So there's a trick where you can do person action objects. You associate a person, an action, and an object with each card. So like throttle would be dash building a driver, or Maxx you know, Maxx cranking a driver. That's a person, an action, and an object. And then based on the cards that you pitch into your deck, you construct a series of sentences from one person, one action, and one object to let you remember your pitch stack. So my plan is to do a stream in the near future, like mid-December maybe, where I practice that. I think it'd be really fun. You'll get to make fun of me a lot as I say silly sentences and misremember things, and you can kind of keep me honest on if I'm actually remembering my pitch stack. Been trying in Teklo and CC and Quicksilver Dory in Blitz. I'm trying to practice tracking pitch stack in this game. 27 cards off Twin Drive High Octane. That sounds about right, Zachary. I would believe that if you just told me it, which you're just telling me it. Boost free steam. No. And then I'm gonna load no crank here, because it means that we can construct the mechanoid next turn if we need to. Having a hard time drawing it. We've boosted one. Where are our other two? Opponent is pitching a war machine. That is not a good sign for us at all. How dead are we? What does this card do? Okay, they get to pulse wave harpoon me. Sure. Take my blue, it's fine. Took the T-bone. Interesting. Okay, I've got 2 drivers at 2 counters, so I can send Big Bertha, make a new driver, and so get to arsenal this pulse wave harpoon. I'm just very patiently waiting for my Nitro Mechanoids to come around. Yeah, if I manage to destroy an Evo, it is just kind of game over. It's hard to do that with just a single T-bone though. Alright. We have the construct Nitro Mechanoid. We have exactly the resources to pay for it. I don't care about losing this pulse wave harpoon. Yeah, we just have to pull this trigger. Opponent's at 21. We should just have enough overpower damage to win. Especially with that Twin Drive High Octane. That's a nice second cycle as well. Well, this hand's incredibly awkward considering that we just gave away our hyperdrivers. You wouldn't have expected me to play Maxx, Smurf? Let me sell you on Maxx as an ex-Icelander player. Very consistent game plan. All of your cards do the same thing. They all say boost, and their rate is acceptable, but not great. Combo endgame. Look at Nitro Mechanoid and everything you have to do to assemble it, and tell me that this is not an Ice Eternal. This is a Frost Touch Ice Eternal combo. It's exactly what it is. Since when are we at 11, by the way? Give 2 here. What does this card do? It's just 7, right? puts us to 8. This isn't an action, right? Correct. So we can block with it against overpower. We are so dangerously low, though. We don't have any drivers. This recharge is like a 1 for 4 buff in our arsenal. It's better than blocking 2 with it here. We just have to make sure to not die next turn. We should be fine. Is the Mecha an action on the backside for overpower purposes? On the backside it is, but I don't believe that stops you from blocking with it. Did I not? Why can I not swing my mech? Hello? It's bugged? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding. That's not how it works, though. Alright, well, I can't win this game if I don't get to swing Nitro Mechanoid. Okay. Good game because of talishar bug? This doesn't actually work with Steam counters, so like... Alright, I'll message Oot about that. That's really annoying. What am I doing this hand? Not blocking this leveler. Going to 5, dying to a Terminator tank. Yeah. Called it. Okay, well, this game's a bit smashing good time according to talishar can target mech too. That it can, because it is an item. Oh, but does it not have a cost associated with it? So, okay, Demolition Protocol eats Steam counters, that's correct. The Nitro Mechanoid doesn't have any Steam counters associated with it, though. So, like, real big awkward. I think it's a talishar coding thing. Look at all these cards underneath it, and I can't use any of them. Well... unbelievably awkward. Try clicking the link button under construct. I shall try, but I'm dead anyways. Oh, it's so awkward. Well... huh. I don't know how I feel about that one, chat. That was... we broke the streak. I lost the game where I assembled Nitro Mechanoid. Now, granted, there was a turn involved where I lost my Mechanoid because of talishar bug. We're gonna call that one a wash. We're gonna call tonight 3-3-1, and I'm very happy about that. That was a very sad bug. I will say thanks a bunch for pointing out all the mistakes I was making. Like, I'm not the best at this deck in the least yet. You saw not my very first games on it, but definitely some of my initial games. And so I just really enjoyed, like, hopefully it was noticeable that I was making fewer mistakes as time went on. I definitely was not playing perfectly at the end. I agree, Noah, that was very much so not tempo. But I am, last time went to time. I think I'm going to call it a night there. I think that's the universe telling me that I should probably stop with Maxx for tonight. This was fun. I'll probably do this one again sometime. I need to get some more reps on the deck in the off time so that I can not be making mistakes constantly the whole time. And then maybe we'll come back and we'll have a much better win rate. That would be the goal, at least. Thanks for hanging out. How do I feel now that Ice is LL? Yeah, well, I probably should talk about that before the stream ends. I'm really sad, of course, right? Like, it was my favorite hero. It wasn't particularly close. And I loved that hero a lot. Taking Maxx to 20k? Not quite, Nathan. I'm personally am not practiced enough to take it. I could believe in the deck for sure, but not piloted by my hands. I just don't have the time to put in the reps to actually be confident about it. I also don't own construct nitro mechanoids. Those cards are kind of expensive. I'll figure it out later. But I don't know. I have some major concerns about the health of the metagame in a world without any ice heroes. I think people are going to start cheating on resources a lot in a way that, like, could be unhealthy for the game. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it's a very healthy meta. We'll see what happens. I've no idea, to be honest. But yeah, that's about where I am. I've got, 5 days until the 20k. I am definitely practicing like crazy with one deck. What that is, we'll keep it under wraps for now. Y'all won't be too terribly surprised, I'll say. And it might not be like the most exciting choice, but I think it's a very strong choice. For me personally, I really hope to do well with that event. It's essentially a calling, right? So like, we're gonna give it everything we can. What's up? But yeah, I will. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Prism for the 20k confirmed. I didn't say that, Zachary. I didn't quite say that. Oh, thank you, Rayland. I really appreciate it. Is it Riptide? I don't know. Is it Riptide? I'll be there to keep the aggro decks honest. You know what? That one I can promise you. If anything, I'm not playing the degenerate aggro deck. I'll be keeping them honest. That sounds like something I really enjoy as a player, and maybe that will clue you in on what I'm planning on playing this weekend. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will catch you later. Stream middle of next week, since I can't stream on the weekend. But I made a promise to myself. I'm going to start doing these more often. No stream this weekend because of 20k. I'll be back in about 10, 11 days. And I'm excited to see you then. We'll have more Prism then. And I'll have a better list. It'll be fun. See ya. I would like to end this stream, as I do all of them, by thanking my patrons. Every time I stream or make a video, I like to include them in the thanks for watching and be right back and starting soon screens like you see right here, and shout out a few random ones at the end of every stream. So special thank yous to Sergey Bastrikov, Levi Rauch, Kevin Breyer, Bluebird, Arden Nelson, and Andre Chodhyu. I have an ongoing commitment to never paywall or privately monetize any of my content that I make. I want to see this game grow and players to become better and me to become better. And as part of that, everything I do, you can watch for free. There's nothing hidden behind the Patreon. It's merely a way for you to express that you enjoy the channel and want to see it continue to grow. It's a single $1 a month tier, and it gets you cool perks like being shouted out right now, and getting to play with the on-hit effect sleeves you saw me use during the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone.